Hello and welcome to another Lumberjack Barbecue, where we continue on the stew trail. So my mother-in-law saw my video last week and invited me over to her kitchen to make one of her recipes, sausage, kale, and lentil stew, or sausage, lentil, and kale stew. And this was all pretty much, they came up with this idea to do her stew, and shortly I'm expecting that my channel will be changed to Lumberjack Muffinry. I'm sure we're going to be making cookies and muffins and cakes. If that starts to happen, I'm out of here. I'll have a different channel. You'll know about it. But I think this is going to be good today. So let's get to the ingredients so I don't have to put them in the description. We got 2 onions right here, and I believe these are some type of, they're not Vidalia, they're sweet onions. We got 2 carrots. 2 stems of celery, 3 cloves of garlic, a bundle of kale. This constitutes a bundle. Over here we have some spices, garlic powder. We have some ground cumin, and we have the Italian seasoning. 1 to 2 cans of chicken broth. She says that you definitely want to use your eyes to determine when it's to your liking, whether it's going to be a little wetter or a little stickier. We also have the crushed tomatoes, 1.5 pounds of Italian sausage, and 1/2 pound of hot Italian sausage. All of our accoutrements, notwithstanding she pre-cooked the lentils, and when the lentils are pre-cooked, sometimes you might have to add a little extra liquid because the lentils like to soak that up. So we're going to get started here. I'm going to do some chopping, do some prepping, and we'll bring you back when we're getting started with it. See, we're actually not going to leave the casing on. We're going to, per the recipe, take the sausage out of the casing. This is where bulk sausage works out pretty good. But that's all right because there's a lot of flavors packed in here, I'm sure, and that's what we're doing. We're cutting sausage. Okay, if you look over there, we have all of our vegetables chopped up, prepped, washed, ready to go. Cans open, so forth and so on. And then open the chicken broth, the second one, because we might not use it. And we have our sausage chunked up out of the casing. I just used my hand. The knife and the scissors didn't work so well. There you go. Oh yeah, watch the sausage cook. That smells good already. That smells good enough to eat. Now, we are going to overload this pan. You really shouldn't throw all of this in at one time, but that is what the recipe calls for, so we're going with it. And we'll just keep it moving around and whatnot, try to keep as little steam on it as possible. You know, when you overcrowd meats, you end up with condensation and steam, and that doesn't give you that crispy outside, but we're not looking for that necessarily because this is a stew. Plop, plop, fizz, fizz. What a relief it is. Alright, so we're going to let that brown up, not completely cook, of course, and we'll bring it back after a bit. First, we're going to grab our onions. Be very careful. Pour them in. Ah, beautiful. So we're going to let our onions marry up. We got sausage here. And because of the moisture, it should remove the brown pits from the bottom of the pan. And then successively we'll be adding all of our other ingredients until we are ready to make stew. At this point, the onions are starting to get a little loose, a little translucent, and so we're going to add some spices, I think. I think we're going to add this Italian seasoning, about 1/2 pound. No, I don't know. About that much. Remember, there's a lot of lentils going in here. Chicken broth, all that kind of stuff. Garlic powder. About that much. That goes a long way. Plus we have garlic actually going into this. There was a little disturbance about the cumin, and they said a half a teaspoon. I love cumin in recipes, so we'll just go with that little bit because it is kind of pungent, and that might be a half a teaspoon. If we need more, we'll add it. And then I want to just do a little mixing of that, keep that all incorporated. And now we're going to add pretty much everything rapid fire. Carrots and our celery. Here comes some garlic. That was about 2 to 3 cloves. Alright. Then we're going to add our tomato sauce. Now I'm being told not to add it all, just see what you think. And I will see what I think once I can get this lid off of here. Oh well. So we'll go with that much for now. About a half a can chicken broth. 1 to 2 cans. We'll go with maybe that much. Put the whole can in there. There you go. That seems right. And then we're going to stir that around before we put our lentils in, just to get things incorporated. Yes, incorporated. This is not an LLC. This is a corporation. Alright. Here come our pre-cooked lentils. Excuse me while I wash my mitts. Am I missing anything? I don't think so. So these lentils, not all of them are going in. They're saying maybe half of them. I'm going to go like that for right now. Stir it up, see what I think. A lot of eyeball cooking here. This is probably 50 years of cooking and getting recipes down just by looking at them. And I think that's really, really intelligence and smartness, because I don't cook like that. I just go by a recipe and that's it. Because I'm dumb. Oh yeah. Well, that's what I think. I think we want more lentils. Now let's do a little mixing around there. Mom says we might have to put the whole thing in. Alright, so now that's starting to get there, I think. Let's throw a little more of this tomato sauce in. Oh, now the lid wants to come off right into the can. Oh yeah, make a mess. There ain't that much left. There you go. One full 28-ounce can. That's what I'm thinking, Mom. We'll find out. We're back. It's only been a minute or two. I just wanted to clean up a little bit, get things moved around and whatever. We still got our little bit of oh, actually no, I used all the broth. Never mind. We still got our spices in case we want to add some of them. Of course, our trusty wooden spoon and our kale. Let's dump that in right on top and kind of work on steaming it. And it looks like a lot, but it will soften up and it will shrink. Cover up. I'm told about 30-35 minutes. Done. See you then. Here we go. So the kale reduced quite amazingly, and I stirred it in, and we reduced the heat a little bit, and now we're just gonna wait. Like I said, 30-35 minutes, so about 3 o'clock, our time, and we'll have something to eat. Hello. I believe the stew is done. This, again, was a sausage kale stew. And voila. Still bubbly in there. I think there's definitely the right amount of beans to sausage. The vegetables are tender because I tried it. I added a little oregano, a little bit of black pepper, and we also added some parsley flakes. And I think it's just the right amount of spice, so I'm going to give it a whirl. Alright, let's try it out. See what I think. So first, no sausage. We're just going to go with the beans and the vegetables. And I'm going to burn the roof of my mouth. It was definitely hot. Very, very, very hot. And you can. I'm glad I put the extra spices in because there's a little more of a kick there. Let's try some sausage. This looks like the hot. Tender. Onions cooked. Everything's cooked right. The amount of juice in there, I think, is just perfect. And it's always better the second day. So if you like this recipe, please subscribe. Give me a thumbs up. And we'll see you next time.